Got yourself something funky.
That trailer is awesome.
That trailer's awesome. Good job, Kaji.
I wish we had that a month ago, but
yeah,
I'm glad we got it in time.
Yeah, it's funny because a lot of people were saying that, and the truth is, I think that that actually represents a lot of the work we've done over the last
That's what we've
month.
been doing.
Right. So,
I mean, other than hitting F5 a lot.
Not only are we writing blog posts, but we're also actually making a game here, and so
sending spam emails to all of our friends, family, ex-friends.
Dude,
now.
I am sure I've blocked on several of my friends' email addresses. You become quite the shill when you're doing the.
Please.
Yeah, and we're not there yet. And thanks to everybody out there, we're getting closer, man. We're closer.
Amazing.
It's you always you read the stuff about the finishing kick and how it's all gonna come together at the end, and you go yeah, and then you go through the lull, and man, it's such a roller coaster, isn't it?
I can't keep up with the comments on the Kickstarter page anymore.
I love it.
They're coming in so fast.
I think honestly, the fact that we might actually get to make this game if we're really close, but we get to the finishing line, is the community. Dude, we've got over 7,000 people now.
Those people out there.
You guys should pat yourselves on the back, man. Make it happen. Because you're going to get 9 hours of this stuff.
Oh, wow.
It's not going to get any better. This is what it is.
Some people may have mentioned that we're not as professional on our show.
But we are professional developers.
We are professional developers. We are not professional marketing / TV entertainment.
Oh, no. We're definitely not. We're definitely not professional marketers. I mean,
I did this. Yeah.
You did, and instead of that, the thing is, that you can tell by the Kickstarter page how much that's changed. I mean, you've... it has been a challenge for us as we've gone through this thing, and things that we thought were, the right things were maybe not, or didn't hit the spot we wanted to hit. So we adjusted course and made sure of that, and we got the trailer out, and
we got better at saying what we meant. That helped.
Well, we clarified.
Yeah, we clarified.
So that's always a risk, because you can put everything down on a Kickstarter or a page anywhere, and then it's just a long diatribe of boring for most people. They're not gonna get through it, right? I mean, we still have people asking us questions that are answered in our FAQ or answered somewhere else, and you're like,
it's a lot of text.
It
is.
It's a wall of text.
Right.
Wall of text.
Lots of pictures, though.
So how you doing, man? How are you holding up?
This has been the strangest, most stressful 30 days of my life, I think.
And I can't believe I did it again. I did it with Chris back in 2012, and I didn't think anything could top that, and I think we're getting close. It's such a
F5.
F5. I know, right? We both have the same image up.
Well, if you hit F5 more, it actually pulls more money out of the internet.
Is that how that works?
Page, yeah.
That'd be great. I don't think that's true, because I'm down to a nub. I'm in F5, and
I used to have 10 fingers, but now.
Yeah, and we should get the bunny. The bunny is in the fridge.
Wow. Well, wait, you're actually preserving him so that he can die a painful death?
The bunny gets it. Either we get 46K,
45 and 2/3.
45 and or the bunny gets it. You guys can rescue the bunny and
save the bunny
and have a bite. Yeah, we've got some stuff coming up today. We're gonna kind of take a look at the history of the campaign so far, what we've been doing. I'm going to look to the right over here, because I'm not professional enough to have things behind there. It's all on our whiteboard over here. So we're going to show some trailers. We'll talk about the time left. We'll show some fan gifts. People have sent us stuff in.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
We don't deserve it, but
no,
thank
we don't.
you anyway.
And it's amazing. Show some fan videos, some artwork from fans, fan lore. We also have a game room we've set up that we're putting together, and some of the guys in Austin are going to come down and have a little lunch with us and play some. We'll show them the Descent. Oh, you showing the game room there, Michael? Yep, there it is right there.
Wow, the camera.
Dude, how about them apples? Who else can stream other rooms just like something like that?
Snapping. Yes.
That's right. Pat yourself on the back, Michael. Good job.
Michael Morlan is an expert.
And Michael, you're going to have to speak up. People are not going to be able to hear you over that shirt. That is some spectacle.
Wow. Wasn't prepared to be on camera today, was he?
He clearly was thinking he's going to be behind. That's not going to happen. He's going to have to be out there. We'll show a little dev timeline, and we'll talk a little bit about the contests and entries.
Yeah, we
so
will.
we'll get there. And a big shout out to everybody that's helped us so far, Star Glazer, Star Citizen, Star Lancer, am I starting up?
Halcyon 6.
Halcyon 6, Shroud of the
Crowfall,
Avatar.
Shroud.
Oh, Crowfall. Todd and Gordon have probably been, outside of Chris and Aaron, have probably been our best. We kind of hit the last 2 weeks of their campaign, and then they're the first two of ours, and so it's kind of, I spoke with Gordon at South by Southwest, and by the way, I am speaking tomorrow at the Heartland Gaming Expo in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
He's going to be hungover.
Yeah, probably. That's why I'm taking my son Winglet, so he can drive to the airport and I can sleep in the car. But I mean, it's we're going to be up there talking to folks about crowdfunding and video games and the roller coaster of being a developer. I mean, it's not an easy job. I think people think that it's playing games are fun all day, and it's not. But it's worth it.
There were times during this last month where we were all sitting around going, maybe we don't know anything about this crowdfunding thing at all.
Well, what are you talking about?
We're experts.
I never said that. No, you can. So you do all the studying. You set your campaign up. You go through the process of managing the science behind it and how this all works, and you hope for the things that are normal, like the finishing kick and stuff. But you really don't know. And we're still not there yet. So let's not count chickens. Let's not jinx
We are
us.
not counting chickens.
Right.
We're counting bunnies.
The raptor might get it too. You never know. This guy.
No.
Is that like a fly raptor?
I don't
thing?
know where it came from.
I don't either. Feel like
We inherited it with the office.
Yeah, we did. It's pretty nice. We'll put it over here. He's pretty sexy right there.
He's blocking me.
Woof.
Woof.
Woof. Yeah, that was an odd comment. We won't talk about that. Woof.
Best comment ever.
I don't know where that was pretty funny. Maybe we'll roll
dig
that
it
out
up.
later. Yeah.
No, we probably won't.
So we're gonna talk to you guys today. You're gonna see what's going on, and we'll be on our chat roll. So if you're not on our chat roll right now, you can go to the Twitch chat. We'll have Phil doing that, or Mike can manage that if you've got some time. I know, Mike, you're not really doing much over there, but
No. Just managing all these cameras.
switching, and we'll probably give an inside look at how you do this.
Oh, sure.
I mean, I think
That would be very cool.
fans would like to know, because not everybody can live stream as well as honestly as you do. It's really, really nice to see.
Genius.
He is a genius. He's unbelievable. So apparently Nick is testing something from HP. So hello, Nick. I got your test. I'm going to say yep. You got a yep.
Is Nick watching us?
Michael's trying to call. We're not taking calls yet, Michael. Oh, yeah, you know what? Michael brings up a good point. Descent was released almost 20 years ago today. 20 years ago. Isn't that cool? Yep.
It was. I mean, the initial, like, their little preview
94, I think, yeah.
it was in 94.
Yeah.
And 95 was the changing of the entire game industry.
It did, and again, I've said this so many times before. There's a period of really, really creative development in '93 to like 2000 that is, it was back when we were PC focused, and I'm really happy that I think Kickstarter has really helped focus people. Kickstarter, Steam, and some other place, GOG, have really helped us focus that there's a lot of PC gamers out there, and so there was some really, really innovative stuff happening, and then the consoles hit, and all that innovation just went baby bathwater out the window, right?
Not saying that there aren't cool games on consoles.
No.
But just we lost that PC
Lost some steam.
thing.
Steam. I didn't even intend to do that, and that was really good.
That was.
Let me just break my hand here.
That was a groaner.
Yeah, it was. Well. Yeah, that's my shtick.
9 hours. We're warning you. I mean, we're telling you.
Yeah, I get
9
excited.
hours of this.
We should have a drinking game. Every time I say a groaner, you guys, we would be responsible for many accidents.
There'd be people like just dying from.
We can't do
from
that.
Too much, yeah,
if you're going to do that,
be
pledge
responsible.
first, and then drink. Be considerate of others. So get the pledge in there.
Wow.
That's terrible.
I know. I'm just.
We have no shame anymore.
It is no shame.
This is the problem with running a Kickstarter campaign.
You are completely shilling for everything. And
anything at all.
I think my dad's gotten more emails from me than ever. He's like, dude, I've already pledged. What are you doing? I'm like, have you pledged? Have you pledged, Dad? It's like during the 2-week lull period, you're like, pledge.
Thanks, Mom and Dad, for pledging.
Yeah.
I know you've never played a game on your computer ever, but.
Oh, and one thing we also learned is Kick Track is crap. It doesn't.
Track is not crap. It's an excellent industry tool that we make use of.
The projections are awful.
That's, well, I mean,
They're not.
average
nothing,
per day times number of days is not hard math to do.
Yeah, that's true. It just it's one of those things that can, but people can get like, oh, we're not going to make it, or you're going to, hey, 555.
Yeah.
Woo!
7,141 back.
Time for a shot.
Whoa.
All right, just kidding. It's
10:15.
I know. Oh God, it's already that late.
Well then.
I'll have a shot of coffee.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, I think actually right now we are 5 o'clock in Germany right now. It's 5:15. So and our German fan, and our German fans are out there. They, hopefully.
I'm watching them in the comments all morning long.
We can get over. Yeah, we can get over to Gamescom this year. I really would like to get over there, and that's right around the time.
Great.
It's right around the time the Proving Grounds will be done. Well, done is a relative term.
Done might be
playable.
Playable.
Playable, and it'd be really cool to go over there and have 3 or 4 machines set up and let people play it.
That would be really cool.
The Germans have a rule about like no blood, all this other kind of stuff. So maybe
no worries.
You're right. No worries.
We don't have to worry about that one.
I know we could put some gratuitous blood in there somewhere, like if your drone blows up and splatter patterns everywhere. That's a $100 add-on. A splatter pattern. No, just kidding.
Splatter pattern?
No.
See, if we're doing the drinking game right there.
Yeah, is that a groaner? Is that a groaner?
I don't even know what that. When you just sort of make up words, I think that counts too.
Dude, I don't intentionally make up words. They just pop out.
It just happens. It's like a word explosion.
It's funny, but the truth be told, when we did the first Kickstarter video, when we pledged the first Kickstarter video, Mike and I did it, and you weren't even on board at the time.
No,
yet.
I was not.
It was terrible.
I would have said something immediately had I been there.
It was so bad.
Do we have that?
We have do we
do.
have the whole video, or what do we have?
I do have the whole video, but we don't even make
I
it
think
work.
we should just maybe give them.
We don't want to. Do we want to highlight the head a little, and then we can show the horrible ending in all its
a little peek.
Or do you want to just what would you
That
like
ending is pretty horrible, but it shows how far we've come.
Yeah, it does. So what would you like to roll with, Michael? We're kind of live. Let's show a little bit of the head. Just kind of. Do you have that?
I'll bring that up. Stand by on that.
Okay, standing by. No, we had this whole pre-show meeting where he talked about like, don't drop stuff on me like this. But
here we go.
I wasn't listening.
9 hours live. What are you gonna do?
I was actually sending the blog post out, going,
Did he say something?
No. And so Mike's amazing. He live streamed. He literally was
agile.
The first year and a half at Star Citizen. You did all the live streaming. You coordinated all of that.
And I was learning from scratch. I'd never done a live stream. I've never even used a webcam when we started.
Right, and so if you really want to laugh, go back and watch the first Wingman's nuts. And,
that was
wow. That's a bit of a slog. I will warn you. I did go back and watch it, but it was amazing that you were just going to get out there.
If you want, it's really bad. But if you watch that and then you watch the very last episode, which was 72, you can watch the end credits where like we pretend it was all a dream sequence, and we're actually wearing the exact same outfits and had the exact same setup, and that was pretty fun. And
we weren't in that office anymore. So
how'd you do that?
When we moved out and everything was clear, I took panoramics of the entire office and I recreated the entire scene in green screen and composites.
See,
that's wizardry right there.
That's incredible.
I saw that coming.
Yeah, and so that's pretty cool. So we were able to do that, and so you can watch the beginning 10. Now, what are we ready to roll over?
We're ready to cue. I've got the full one, and I'll just leave you talking over the top.
That's great.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay,
you ready?
I remember when we all watched this together.
Before we roll it, though, let's check in the war room and see what's going on in the war room.
Here we go. Ready?
Here we go, dropping the stuff.
Not much going
war
on
room.
right now and there.
Can you back up a little
bit? You're in the wrong place, Phil.
Phil, I can't see you. Oh, there you are.
Hey,
Phil's in the war room.
How's it going in there?
Well, I've got the server running.
Yes, server.
I've got one client running.
Yep.
And I'm getting the next client up there.
Are you running our game, or are we gonna? I know we're gonna stream the original Descent in there later with some fans too.
Yeah, right now I'm running our game.
Okay, cool.
Great.
That's cool. There you go. So we'll check in with Phil periodically.
We're going to get Phil in a chair over here at some point.
It's not like it's far. I mean, if you thought the basement was tiny at Star Citizen, this is small.
We can reach all the offices from this table.
This is actually my desk during the day.
It is.
I mean, you and Phil are over there. Jason's back there.
Conspiring. Phil and I are conspiring.
You guys are very conspiratory. And then you have Connie and Annie and Zane in that room. And then Michael's right across from me. And then we have another room over here we haven't really filled yet.
We use that for the projector.
Yeah, the projector for Sergio and Todd and Eve. So anyway, it's just kind of funny. We're all crammed. It's 1,200 square feet or something like that.
You got me.
And they just donated a fridge.
It just showed up.
Yeah, the maintenance guy's a big fan. The people around us are not big fans, though.
No, they think we're loud.
They think we're loud.
They are correct.
Whatever for.
They are very correct. We are loud.
Fuzzy buckets. Fuzzy. Woof.
Woof.
All right, you want to see this?
Yeah, let's take a look at the...
okay, I remember watching this on the first day, so here we go again.
Talk over the top of it. Here it is. Oh, dear God.
Eric Peterson.
So,
and I'm really excited.
There's
to tell you about
Eric.
our
Looking
plan.
very cheerful.
Okay, so this actually wasn't like
Descent.
too terrible.
That's right.
At least,
We
but
got the name,
but the guy in the
and
back.
now
So we
we're
wanted to
making
stage
a
it to where the
game.
guy in the back
I've
was,
gathered some of the best developers to
noticeable.
reimagine
And
that
we want,
amazing
that we're working. We're in the office. We thought it'd be cool to show the guys working around the office. And then, as you go through the trailer here,
development experience. Having created
all you
games
could
for
keep looking at. You can
franchises
pop
like
ahead,
Wingman,
Mike, if you'd like.
Starland,
I'll jump ahead a
Star
little bit there.
Wars, Star Trek, and yes,
God,
Star
what a
Citizen.
cornball.
I'm not sure that was the best
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, there we go.
So that's Todd's head, and so
We're getting lost.
Dude, it
in
just
twisted
sits
dreams.
there.
it just sits there
All
as a
the way
head,
through the whole
and even though the guy's talking,
So
all
we're
you're
set
drawn
back
to
21st century
the head.
rules. You can
And I remember watching this all together and
And
going,
then- oh, there's Mike.
what is going on
And look,
here?
look, it looks like the back of Homer Simpson's head, man. It's like right there.
And he
It's
doesn't move.
I know. That's the thing, and it just didn't work. It just
Didn't work.
No.
It's an understatement.
No, and we had a "don't suck" rule. I invented that rule on
and
Conquest
you
Frontier
violated
Wars.
the don't suck rule.
Well, I violated. Well, we didn't show it. We didn't
Yeah.
violate it. We just.
Well, no, you sucked.
We recognized suckitude, and we got rid of it. So
Yeah, but for some reason we can't help ourselves. We're still going to show this.
That's
Oh.
the really great thing
I've
about
got the
doing this
end
kind of development.
queued up.
oh, dude. Okay, so the head was bad, but what was really
But
bad.
wait, there's more.
What was really, really bad was we came up with this, in our heads, 6 Degrees of Awesome sounded like, wow, that's a marketing genius. 6 Degrees of Awesome. And, not so much. It turns out not so much. So take a look at this.
So what are you waiting for? If you're as excited as we are about the return of a twisting, turning, asteroid combat experience, check out the rewards down there. And join us for unparalleled access as together we create Descent Underground. Or as we like to call it, 6 Degrees of Awesome. 6 Degrees of Awesome. 6 Degrees, 6 Degrees, 6 Degrees of Awesome. Thank you.
Wow.
We're so ashamed of ourselves.
That was so bad. And thanks for that edit, Mike. I didn't know you were going to.
That was beautiful.
I didn't. 6 Degrees of Horrible. That was. What are we doing here? Yeah. So, obviously, we're not afraid of making course corrections.
We're not marketing people. Let's just face it.
we're developers.
We're
But
developers.
That was terrible. And,
That was really
and
touching.
hopefully,
I'm truly ashamed.
dude, you sauntered in. You like.
I thought I was so cool.
You were that cool.
The Mike walk. I don't know if I could even.
It was. I'm able.
It
It was almost like this.
This is what you get when you don't have a director
Hello,
watching you.
ladies.
Michael Morlan, right?
Yeah, Michael
I've
Morlan.
never been that cool.
Yeah, no, it was. That was terrible.
6 Degrees of Awesome.
6 Degrees of Awesome. It's.
That's preserved forever.
I know.
On Kick Track.
6 Degrees of Awesome.
They
that.
don't update their text. They take it the first day and it never
Oh my
changes.
god! Oh my god! You're right. It's still there.
Yeah, forever and ever.
Since
and
6
ever.
Degrees of Awesome returns. So there you go. We got evidence of our suckitude right there on the Kick Track. So I guess there is one reason to go to that page occasionally. So.
Just so we can remind ourselves.
Hey, listen. There's
I
nothing.
haven't F5'd it forever.
There's nothing wrong with being humble.
That's true.
And realizing that you can improve. And so we realized that we could improve. In fact, that video, I believe, made 3 or 4 iterations, our pitch video.
Yeah.
And we kept updating it as we went because when we started the campaign, we had one piggy-looking ship right, which was the auger. We were thinking that would be the one that drills through, but it's such a pig looking thing.
It looks more like the
Goliath, right?
Goliath,
yeah. So we'll probably adjust that, but we started making the Torch, the Typhoon, the Wasp, and I don't know if we have the first images of the Panzer, right?
We do.
Or is it the Panzer or it's the Panzer?
We have some
concept stuff we could maybe show. Yeah,
that we might show.
We're trying to decide what we're going to do, and we'll probably throw that out in the community and let them take a look.
9 hours. Well, now 8.5.
8.5. So,
so we're gonna talk really slowly here.
But we're gonna spell everything out.
Drag it out. DRAGOUT.
Oh, I forgot the ITOUT.
Oh, yeah. That's just not gonna work.
Well, that's just an ID10T error on my part.
555, 986.
All right, come on, let's not be doing that. I don't want to be. I'm going to turn my number off. My whole family has been like addicted to that Kickstarter page, watching it.
It's hard not to.
It is, and
It
I'm amazed that that people are coming, and we're so appreciative that folks are joining the party. And the coolest thing is not just that we get to make the game, but we get to make it with you guys.
It's been very involved.
Yeah,
already.
It's cool because it's an all new community. We helped build one at Star Citizen, and that thing is massive, and it's huge, and it's off and running. And the best part is now we found so Descent was a big part of our lives, especially in the 90s, and we wanted to capture that again, that imagination, that spirit, that play. And you merge communities. So some people have come from Star Citizen, some have come from Descent, some have come from other areas to here, and we've all merged them into this really, really tight knit. It's a great community. If you haven't joined the forums yet, get over there, join the forums.
We have a really good community, a solid community, a very, very involved community, which is important. But they contribute, they cooperate, they disagree civilly.
And that's it.
That's really important.
So we did that. The video I put out beforehand, where we were just about to launch the campaign.
Oh no! Are you going to show that too?
Well, not yet. We'll show that later. But one of the guys said that is creepy.
Yeah.
It was intentionally creepy. I mean, it's meant to jar people and make them kind of start just. It's a wink and a nod.
You can't unsee that though.
I
know. It plays in my nightmares.
Listen, my wife is much more so. My wife is much more practical than I am. I like to to work hard and have fun doing it. And so, in regards, I kind of will. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'll step over a line occasionally. It's a line of decorum that exists somewhere that I don't pay attention to.
I don't see it.
I don't. It's a fuzzy line. It's like a dotted line more than anything. And so we did some funny videos beforehand, and we'll be serious when we're showing stuff. Rob's show, your Descent Underground, your Design Underground, is
it's more serious.
It's much more serious, and it's very cool, by the way.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I have fun doing it.
He does, and he constantly reminds me that he gets more hits than I do. So that's all right.
Wasn't going to bring it up, but now that you did.
It's when he's walking through the office going, "Star of the show."
Star of the show.
Star of the show. And where did you get that?
From being the star of the show.
Yeah, that's true.
from this guy over here.
Yeah. I used to walk around CIG for the fun of it, going, "Star of the show, coming through," and making people laugh because it was so not true. That was the funny part of the whole thing. So it was fun. We had a good time with it, and we're going to continue to have a good time. We'll be running. We'll be doing a show here too, right, Michael?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to start out, I think, monthly. We've got a gamer girl coming on board, Brennan Wu. She's a 25-year-old teacher at my wife's school. She's a huge gamer. In fact, she's getting married in a Zelda wedding, which is awesome. I know.
That's awesome.
And so we're going to get her perspective. We'll have her little segment. Winglet is going to have a segment. My oldest son, he's 16 years old, and he's the coolest part about this is he's totally into the Descent. He is totally in. He's
now that he knows what it is.
He came in this morning, and I was in the shower, and I'm like, hey. Shower here.
And he was probably going like, "Hey."
He's like, "Dad, it's so cool." I'm like, "Hey, it's cooler when you're out the door. We can talk about this another time."
And Dad, I don't mind if I drop $10K on Descent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he does not allow that.
Yeah, Dad is not on board with that.
No. So, but he is going to be helping with the design, as is our community. We've got some tiers up there. The higher tier is kind of cool. I mean, I know. not everybody can do that, and we're not expecting it. But there are quite a few people that are going to come spend a week with us and embed themselves with the team.
It's going to be great.
It is going to be great, and we'll let we. The reason we're doing the proving grounds is so we can avoid going directions that are not fun.
Yeah.
And the sooner we get feedback from people, the better off we are. What are you doing over there, Michael? That's like
Don't you sweat it.
I'm not sweating it. The air conditioner's working today, so there's actually
Yeah.
no. Yesterday
Yesterday was brutal.
We thought we were going to be in a bathing suit doing today's episode.
Yeah, I
right?
can hear it in the headphones.
Oh, you hear the headphone? That's all right. It's just if you hear a zzz, that's just the air conditioning, and you are grateful that is working. Trust me.
Yeah, believe, we are grateful.
Let's see what's going on our chat roll here, because
There's an idea.
see what's happening over there and check it out. So if you haven't joined the forums, please do. We have a chat which allows people to communicate directly with us. They're giving us updates. I see Viratil's in there. He's talking about it. Ronsley.
There's somebody voting against the trailer again.
Ronsley wants to see the 2001 trailer
I
again.
think the word "not"
No,
in all
he
caps
definitely
is probably
wants
important.
to. It's not a 2001 trailer, Ronsley. It's 2010.
Yes.
So we're in here. We're in here now.
6 degrees of terrifying.
6 degrees of terrifying. Oh, and Pleasure's here, David. So that's another thing. So we should talk about that. How many community members have helped us along the way?
So many. Okay, so the trailer.
Kaji
and Aereo.
Kaji's part of the team, though.
Yeah,
They've actually
but
Kaji and
they
Aereo have
joined
the
us
team.
from the community.
That
That's
is
the
true,
point.
that is true,
They
that
came
is
from
true.
the community and now are an important part of this.
They hammered their way into the team with their excellence. Just pounded their way.
This is him
all
thinking
the
he's
way
cool again.
Shot.
into the team.
Yeah.
They're taking a shot for that one.
Yeah.
That was good, though. That was pretty good.
They did a great job.
So who else?
6 degrees of awesome. 6 degrees of
6 degrees of awesome.
Can I do it with the voice of God? 6 degrees of awesome.
Awesome feedback.
Don't think it helps at all.
We don't have any bouncy heads.
We don't have the bouncy heads?
No bouncing
Darn
heads.
shame.
Oh,
Darn shame.
we needed bouncy heads.
We have a green screen we can play with, though.
We got bouncy castles.
We have an excellent picture of behind us on the green screen.
Oh, cool. Oh, right on. Speaking of that, so we didn't finish.
No.
Kaji, Aereo, Pleasure,
Fallernon,
Stealth Guy, Dunkel's Elfin. Everybody at some point has really, really been part of this process. And did I mention Pleasure? Pleasure did the logos.
Pleasure does excellent logos.
Yep. And then
We did the animated version of the logo because that's awesome.
yeah, that is
We
good.
love that.
I know
Yeah,
Void
wait.
Voidsucker did something. Voidsucker did a trailer. I think his name's Tracy. So anyway, they've all helped.
Well, and then you talk about like the hardcore, the really hardcore Descent people out there, like Lothar Bot
And
Cortona
Legante and Disco and Jazz Arrow and Matt Fossa, for crying out loud. The music. How could we forget Matt? He's amazing. So there's all kinds of people out there that are helping. This really is a community project, and that's the cool part about it. It's AAA. There's the only one way we could do AAA is with the community, with a small team like this, and that's, again, we should talk a little bit about that. That that's the overall goal for this is to build this game for 4, 5, 10 years, right? To build the forever. We'll build the first one. Oh, the maps. Should we talk about the maps? Why that's on the Kickstarter page?
We could probably go over that.
We'll go over the Kickstarter page later.
Some
but
people are confused by that still.
yeah, any map we make basically is just included. It's included.
It just comes.
But again, because we're doing like modders and we're letting the community build stuff, there might be people out there that create maps and stuff, and so we've always promised that we would monetize their efforts because that's just the right thing to do. It's morally right. So if they have made a map or a map pack, we'll have to charge for that, and that's the money's going to go to them. So,
Yeah.
but the people that have those tiers that say it's free, we'll eat that cost, and they will, they'll still get paid. But it's like that's why it's in the tiers. So it's not that we're charging for maps later. It's just that we're planning to charge. We're planning that you guys are going to be able to make some cool stuff.
And we can make it official.
Yeah, well,
That's
it has to be
right.
submitted.
Yeah,
It has to go through QA because there's still a not a brand I'm looking for here, but a quality control issue. Once we put it into the ecosystem, it needs to be there. Not everybody's stuff is going to make it in.
Sure.
But some of it will. and we'll get feedback.
I expect there are going to be some really, really interesting maps coming.
100% maps, maybe some vehicles if they want to try them. I'd like to see bots. If you're a modeler or you're a concept guy, man, put some effort in it. We haven't started the bots part yet.
Yeah, we have a bunch of people who've already put up some bots on there.
I've seen that.
And they're
had the one red guy
really
with all those
interesting.
missiles. I think we might have some concepts we can show later, but that was pretty neat looking.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of talented people out there, and that's kind of why we're doing this whole thing. So, so let's take a look. Soylent Green, Soylent Green is people. Soylent
Now
Green.
you gave it away.
What?
That's Soylent Green is people.
So Doc Buckshot
Spoiler
says
alert.
it's only 5 to 6 hours from Dallas. Meet me in Oklahoma City, and I'll drive the rest of the way. So, we're not 5 to
They're
6
coming
hours.
to see you.
We're only 3
From
hours.
Dallas to Oklahoma City.
Oh, we're in Tulsa.
We're talking about going to Tulsa.
Tulsa.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Sure, come on up. I'll be there. It's an in and out trip. We were gonna stay overnight there. We still may, but I think it depends on the rain. The one thing about doing a campaign, and you guys all know from my time at CIG that I'm all about, family. There's two kinds of family. There's this family: Rob, myself, Mike, Phil, Jason, everybody else, and then there's also family, right, which is really important to me. And so we were going to stay overnight, but I wanted to come home on Sunday because that's a day. This campaign is going to get to this. This campaign is hard.
I think we have a lot of friends and family who are following along very closely right now, too.
Yeah, and
they're all sucked in to the suspense.
It is, and it takes. But I mean, the point is that we're here at 8, and we're here at 8 or 10. We're here quite a bit.
And when we're not here, we're still answering questions.
Yeah, and so
getting
it's a
involved.
tough gig. Going
Spreading
through
the
these
word.
things. Yeah, spreading the word is not easy, but it is important. Michael, can we run the? I'm just kidding, by the way, Mike. He's up there.
He's putting up another green screen.
I'm
He's
getting
setting-
my own green screen.
He's
now.
setting up his own green screen, so I thought I'd just say, "Hey, Michael, can we run this?" He jumps back down.
That'll make the shirt stand out more.
Dude, that shirt is.
Wow.
You like that shirt?
I did not say that. I said that shirt
That was a gift.
is. Was it?
You believe it? Yeah.
Is that a friend or is that like an enemy?
Somebody needed to be
Or
on
is
the
this,
spot
or was
and
it, or is
coming
the
from
shirt
a
an
long way
enema,
away.
right?
Straight from Jakarta.
Oh, is it from Jakarta?
That's very cool.
Well, that's cool. Michael went down there last year after leaving CIG to help set up a movie studio down there. So he brought back some cool stuff.
And now I'm back here.
He is back here. Thank God we couldn't wait. And it was funny because he was supposedly down there working, and all his Facebook posts were about museums and art and not work. So that was kind of bizarre. And by the way, I will be, while we're also streaming here, I will be answering some comments and talking to the chat roll, and you'll be doing the same, right?
People like your shirt. We're seeing some support for the shirt.
Okay, the shirt. Thumbs up or thumbs down chat roll on the shirt? Thumbs up
We got
or
a Kaji.
thumbs down? Let's see. Kaji says hi. You guys
On the
should-
shirt?
People are saying hi to Kaji right now. I think we're a little delayed on the. Ruben says run races once we hit the goal. No, roll races maybe.
Running.
We got a thumbs up on the shirt. Ethris wants you to take it off.
Thumbs diagonal.
Clifford's
Whoa.
giving you a thumbs up. Sinalaya says burn it. Ethris is a no. Milkman's
So
an
we're
up.
not in agreement on this.
Zinamar, which is Royce, he's in town locally. He says sideways. No, he says up.
This is
Sanjay,
one of the things
cool.
about making a game like this where you're so involved with the community is, you get disagreements on some things like this, but you get to hear everyone's opinion.
You know what though? Most of the conversation has been really, really well done. I mean, people have been able to manage to keep their tempers because it's very passionate. I mean,
Extremely.
Descent.
It is. It's Descent. It's
And I have to squarely admit this. When we started the campaign, Descent meant something to me, and it meant something to Rod. We were all kind of of the same mindset. But if you ask 5 people what Descent meant if they played it before, you get 5 different answers.
You
And it-
do get a lot of.
You get some
variety
people
in there.
1v1 anarchy. Some people are single player co-op. Some people are single player bot killing. Some people are multiplayer. It's amazing. It just means what it means. It's an incredible game.
Yeah.
But it also means we have an incredible responsibility to make sure that we knock it out of the park, and not in the Descent 3 way, but in the Descent 1 and 2 way. Descent 3 was cool,
Different style.
Different style game. Our flights are gonna be mechanics are gonna be a little more Descent 1 and 2. I think.
Descent in space.
Ooh, give us an in space, Michael.
Don't do it too loudly though. Last people were commenting on that.
In space.
That was fun too. Those were good.
Those were good. I
We'll be
enjoyed
bringing
those.
some of those back. And so the idea behind that was that Mike would put like a 1960s style film thing across it, and
It was quite lovely,
it was lovely.
and we learned something.
Hey Phil, how's it going in there? Are you on the Twitch channel by chance, or?
No, I'm on Twitch.
Okay, cool.
Working on getting those machines up.
Oh, Phil's getting the machines working so that.
Descent.
Yeah, the funny thing is, some of those machines in there won't handle those AMD cards. And by the way, if you haven't done it yet, there's a contest going on right now, a referral contest. You can win an AMD 290X card if you are one of the top 3 people referring new people to pledge on the cane. Get people to pledge and then have them send an email to contest@Descendent.Studios.com and give us who referred them. Give them the username who referred them or an email, either one, and we'll tabulate those up. And the top 3 people will get a nice like $600-700 video card, man.
Very nice.
Thank you, AMD.
Yes, thank you. Ian.
In fact, they're too nice to run on some of those machines in there.
We're kind of on a shoestring budget here.
Yeah,
so-
we have a budget.
0.
Yeah, 0. That's been our budget.
That
so far.
is our budget.
Yeah.
Right. Now we're hoping that that's going to change in about
How many hours do we have left? We got like
8.
We have 8 hours and 16 minutes left.
so I
We've
could
only
do
killed 45
here. Let me do my Ben Lisnick impression from the 24-hour live stream. I love Ben, love him to death. I miss him. I miss doing the show with him. He was always a good, person behind us or with us, and
Side us.
but he totally fell asleep during that live stream.
Well, it's hard. 24 hours is hard. It was easier when we were younger people.
Well, it was me, Chris, Martin, David Swafford, Ben Lesnick, Dennis, Michael, two fans of the community. Sandy was there. I think that was it. And I'd set all that up, and we live streamed it. And I got kind of bored with the entire, just everybody around the table.
Not knowing what to say.
No, I mean, Chris was running the thing, so I went out and did my own sideshow bomb kind of stuff. And Sandy did like this parrot on my head, like floating her head behind me, and we just had some fun. We did chair races and
It's really where Wingman's Hangar was born.
completely. And then remember
He
Drunk
was
Billy?
nuts.
Remember Billy came by and he was like, "Rah, rah." Billy is one awesome friend of ours, and he is Mr. Black and White.
Long-time game developer.
Yeah, he's done some really good stuff. He was at Origin with us back in
He
the day.
was.
Yeah. So that was really a fun thing, and so we're kind of doing that today. And we've got some fans stopping by, I think, today with lunch. And
Yay.
Lothar says he only gets 1 to 2 kills per ladder match due to proximity
No,
mines.
that just with prox mines. He gets plenty of kills.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Make
Oh,
it
with
weak
prox
there.
mines.
Yeah.
I got you.
Because prox mines are awesome.
Legante wants to do Designopotamus's weight. Yeah,
What?
We don't want to do Wingman's weight.
Why am I doing this?
We're not. You don't have to.
I mean, I'm all right.
Ethris says he just upped his pledge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ethris. Yes. Chatizens. I like. We were calling them Chatrolians. Chatizens.
Well, it's not chat roll though anymore.
It is chat
That
roll.
was Star Citizen.
No,
was
we're
chat
still
roll.
chat roll. It's still a chat roll.
Well, but that was product.
Yeah, but I invented that.
You invented
I
chat
called
roll?
it Chatrolian. Yeah, I invented the interwebs.
Yes.
Yeah, me and Al Gore. I was talking to him one day over a beer
and global warming.
and global warming. No, those are cows. The methane gas.
You caused global warming and invented the internet.
I eat more cows. I'm trying to keep it. Legante says he came up with Chatrolians.
Yeah.
Ethra says, "Are we taking questions?" Well, maybe
Any
if we happen
word
to
on
see that.
STFU shirts? That's an interesting question.
Ooh, well, do you want to tell them?
We don't have an image yet. That's
Well,
the only
we're working on
downside.
that, but we are, yeah.
We unfortunately, the person who was going to throw that together is currently not online because he's sleeping finally.
Do we want to take a Skype call, Mike? But I
Yeah,
will
we
tell,
can do that.
Are
I
we
will tell
prepared?
you. Yeah, we're gonna let Pleasure call in. So
Sure.
Pleasure only. And let's talk to Dave. Dave's the guy who created a lot of our logos and 2D artwork, and he's done like dog tags for Star
The
Citizen.
Descendent.Studios logo.
Mm-hmm.
The Wingman's, whatever it's.
Wingman's Hangar
Hangout
logo.
logo.
Yep. So I think he's going to be calling in, and we're going to try to get this thing working. If he's here, maybe he's not. Maybe he's not. He was here 2 minutes ago, and there he is. Dave, do we have Hey, buddy, do we have a video of you?
No.
Nope.
At the moment I don't, because my camera's broken.
Okay. Well, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing okay. You know, it's not very good, but I'm here for the last couple of hours to see.
You're here
how-
for the last couple hours. Well, now
Well,
why don't you
I'm
tell?
trying to stay here.
So how was tell them about the stuff you've done for us, the logos and stuff.
Well, I've started with you guys in the early beginning where we were still on the old site, psoccer.com, was it?
Oh, dude, that. tell people what P-Soccer means over. Now, tell them where you are first of all.
I'm from Germany, so I'm at home right now, and I already talked to you a lot because I went with you from the Star Citizen community to everything you do, because you are the best thing that ever happened to the Star Citizen community and to gaming in general.
Thank you.
So
I don't know about
I
that.
noticed how you are with fans and how you interact with the community, so that was my reason for joining Star Citizen in the first place.
Oh, really? That's cool.
And we kind of met at Gamescom twice, and then you told me about your project, so I immediately wanted to help.
Right.
And I designed some logos, and for the company, I made the Descendent.Studios logo.
Yep.
I helped all the guys design the forums, and
You've been
I didn't
crucial.
do much lately.
You've been crucial,
Again?
so it's a big deal. I mean, you're probably one of the most talented artists I've ever met. I think you've also helped Kaji come up with some modeling tips and things like that nature. So, Dave's been good for us, and we're gonna hold on a second. We're gonna count on you to help us going forward. So, thank you very, very much, Dave.
I hope I can do that. I will try my best to get better soon. And
Okay.
then jump back in.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man. So he's been a little ill lately, but he's feeling better, and that's good news. We don't like anybody to ever be sick. I mean, that happens. But he has been he's an amazingly talented individual, and we're lucky to have him on board. And he's one of the community members that is, that's made this all happen, and that's incredible for us. So that's always fun to do. It's always fun to talk to people. Legante's on there, so Nicholas is on there. There's a lot of people. So, by the way, we will take some more calls later. It's Descendent.Studios is our Skype name, so you'll need to get on there. We'll accept your offer of contact requests. I need to be accepting these. There we go. We've accepted all of those now, so we'll be taking that. So,
Do you
Mike.
want to take another call?
I don't know, man. How can you actually do an image for yourself over there too? And how did Rob slip out of here? How did he get out of
I know, he
this?
said he disappeared.
Hey, Phil, how's it going? Let's check in with the Phil star.
Let's check in with the Phil. Hey,
Checking in,
Phil?
are you?
Yeah, we're checking in. How you go? How's it going in there, Phil?
Going well. I've got everything synced up now, and I'm trying a couple of different maps.
Trying a couple of different maps. Well, we only have 2 right now, right? So you're trying a couple different maps. That's good.
That's a couple of different maps.
Yeah, it is a couple different maps. Those are okay. Well, cool. Well, again, we're gonna have a couple people stop by, and we're going to let them test out the new maps. We don't have a lot of collisions in there and stuff right now. We don't have all the gameplay is not all together there, but we are getting there. And having maps to fly around in at all. With how many ships do we have right now? We have 3. And I kind of like the torch without the spinning.
I don't know.
I mean, not the torch either, but the Typhoon without the spinning wings. You know what I was thinking, and we'll probably put this out to you guys here. Maybe the spinning part is actually just a power up. You can only do it a few times. You run out of energy or something, and it's like, you know what it reminds me of? Come on, somebody knows what I'm thinking of here. What movie had the spinning ship that shot a bunch of stuff out? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Let's let the community come up with that. And
Or another alternative is it just spins when it's shooting.
well, you could do that. Spins when it's shooting like a rotating revolver. Cool. Somebody's got to know what we're talking about.
Someone's got to know.
Somebody's got to know.
Yep, we'll figure out if somebody. It could just be that we're just too many old screw jobs here that don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and come on. Oh, there we go.
There it
Legante. Legante wins. The Last Starfighter. The
We had
Death
someone
Blossom.
Uncle Bob came up with that on the Twitch stream as well. So.
Did he really? Good job, Uncle Bob.
He's our age, though.
Yeah, well, so is Jazz. So are a lot of people, actually, our age. Cool. And by the way, if you haven't seen The Lost Starfighter, we'll be streaming that live and for the rest of the show. Because my voice will go otherwise. No, but it's a really good movie. You should check it out. I gotta get the Winglet to check it out with me and Six Wing as well. So that was pretty fun. So let's talk a little bit.
At any time, let's roll one of the interviews that we recorded earlier. Over the last.
Yeah.
month.
Who would you like to? You're the star of the show.
You know,
Who would you like?
Phil's doing a lot of work over there. Why don't we roll an interview with?
Let's
Phil
meet Phil Tittle.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm gonna cue that up while you camp right there.
So you actually you brought it up as something we could do, and then you
Yes, I completely screwed you. So,
yeah, right. So it's my bladder's sitting there going hooray, and now it's too bad. You've got it too late. You got to.
Okay, we're ready now.
Okay, cool.
Here we
Let's
go.
meet Phil Tittle.
Phil Tittle, welcome. You're joining us on this little adventure here with a Kickstarter campaign and a new game development company. Tell me a little bit about yourself. Where did you get started in computing?
Well, I started out in software development with a company called Pro Systems, moved into consulting, was in consulting for quite a while. I got into the game industry because I was very, very hooked on two games, Meridian 59 and EverQuest.
Meridian 59, that was one of the first
Yeah,
graphical MUD. Before they were calling it MMORPGs, they were
That's correct.
calling them graphical MUDs.
yeah,
That's old school.
it is.
But that was 3D plus panels and sprites and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Upright
yeah, it
sprites,
was.
right?
Yeah.
So what got you hooked on Meridian 59?
A guy I worked with played it, and I decided to try it and really just got into it. I loved the sort of dynamism that was involved in that, and the online play, and you're playing with other people, and so that's what really got me.
So that was a product of 3DO for quite a while.
Yeah.
Until they tanked in 2001.
Okay.
And and they sold that back off. But then also there was this sort of a release. Some source code got leaked at one point, and so it's still out there in the world.
It is, but I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah. It's looking a little old now, but I guess there's still websites up and still servers running from the free-to-play source code that's out there.
Yeah.
that's got
great.
legs. So that's going back a ways. So you got in the game industry. Where did you start?
Origin Systems.
Origin Systems. Okay.
And what was kind of interesting, the project I was on was the UXO project, which is an MMO that they were making based on UO.
That's right.
And one of the reasons why they hired me is they were actually looking for somebody with a strong project management background from outside the game industry.
Right. Well, certainly you've got some letters after your name in the professional space. What are those?
Well, PMP is Project Management Professional, and then CSM is Certified Scrum Master.
So you go, Certified Scrum Master. I didn't even realize there was a certification for that.
Yeah, there's actually several certifications within Scrum. Yeah.
So you started at OSI, and where did you go from there?
After that, I went to THQ.
THQ?
Was there for a number of years. Came back to that was in Phoenix. Came back to Austin to work at a company called Heatwave Interactive.
Heatwave, I remember them.
And we were bringing Gods and Heroes back to life.
Gods and Heroes, yeah. You managed to get a game like that out. How'd that go for you? What was the experience at Heatwave?
Big challenge. We had a very small team and a very tight budget.
There's the challenge we were facing here too.
Yes.
Yeah. So the big challenge, I guess, is managing scope crawl and just kind of following all the lines of critical connections and making sure that everything gets delivered in a timely fashion.
Yeah, it's very easy in those circumstances to sort of bite off more than you can chew.
Sure. Now, I met you over at Cloud Imperium Games, and you were helping out with Star Citizen, which is a huge project.
Right.
And we're coming up with an idea that's not quite so ambitious, but it's still got its challenges.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do you see you're going to be kind of wrangling with over here at Descendent.Studios?
Well, I mean, again, here we're going to have kind of a small team, and that's always going to be a big challenge. I think the challenge from a design perspective, which is really not so much in my ballpark, but is going to be being true to Descent and yet expanding on the idea of Descent to bring in players who weren't really familiar with the game at the beginning.
Right. So when you're not stuck inside a dark room in front of a computer monitor, I understand you get out quite a bit.
Well, I try to. I like to, I'm an avid hunter and fisherman, and so I've been doing that ever since I was a little kid.
Going back a little bit, You've lived around the world a little bit, and not just moved around inside the States. Where else have you lived?
Singapore,
Singapore.
Canada, and spent a lot of time in Brazil. Didn't actually live there, but I've spent quite a bit of time down there.
What took you down to Brazil?
Well, consulting.
Oh.
So for several years, I was basically gone every single week someplace.
Right. You put quite a bit of mileage on the planes there, I understand.
Yeah, I used to log close to 300,000 miles a year.
Got some free trips in places?
You know, it's kind of funny. I never really cashed those in. I mean, I used those miles for upgrades and that sort of thing, but I never really used the miles to fly anywhere else.
That's how they get you.
I guess because you get to the point where it's like I'd rather stay home than go fly someplace else since I'm gone all the time anyway.
So here we are at Descendent.Studios. We're in the middle of a Kickstarter campaign. What are your predictions?
Oh, I think it's going to go well.
Yeah.
I think it's going to go really well. The Descent IP is a really popular one, and from what we've seen already, people are very interested in bringing it back. And then we've got a really great team coming on board here, so I think it'll do quite well.
There you go. That's
And we're
cool.
back.
And that's Phil. Phil's helping set up the war room in there. We're going to play some games over there. I think we have 3 joysticks in there to play with, and
Do we?
I'm going to grab one of mine so I can actually play it right here. So
Keyboard.
we have a special video, which we're not going to run right now. It's the Forbidden Fitzsmithy. It's from yeah, remember that one? I know, right? But we're not running it until we hit 565. So if you want to see the Forbidden Fitzsmithy, gonna have to wait. Once we hit 565, that's when we will run it.
It's a little off topic, but
you-
know. 9 hours.
But it was asked for. 9 hours. No,
You might explain what
8 hours.
8 hours now.
Fitzsmithy is to those who aren't
Oh,
familiar.
great! That's a good point.
Yeah.
So
Some people are new
on
to this.
Wingman's Hangar at Star Citizen, we created some characters. We did. Mike had this character called Alistair Fitzsmithy, which is. Well, why don't you tell him, Michael?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Explain
it
your
was just
shit.
a play on the old Masterpiece Theater shtick, and we were taking fiction from the game. And a couple times we took fan fiction, and we would just kind of sit in a chair in front of a fireplace and presented it as a kind of a stodgy old British guy. And it started to go off the rails right about the Forbidden Fitzsmithy time. So
It didn't go off the rails. It was awesome.
it's the one we never showed anybody.
Well,
Well,
yes.
we showed a couple people in the office.
We showed to
It was one of those
Few
things.
people got to see
It was
it.
one of those things we showed when people would come visit.
Yeah, but that did not air.
No, it did not, and there's a reason it didn't, and folks are going to get to see why it didn't. And but that's because we are a bit silly here. That's why we show things like 6 degrees of not awesome. We can just add a contraction. 6 degrees of awesomement.
6 degrees of lots of suck.
Awesomement. Awesomement. You're so coolant.
shot.
Shottent.
They just did a shot.
What?
They just did a shot.
Who did?
Because you made up a word.
Oh no, we're not doing shot. We would be completely. Oh yeah, Rags is saying we did the community video. Oh, by the way, 8 hours to go, and
8 hours
Let's
to
check
go.
in with where we at on the Kickstarter.
Let's see
right now.
where we are. Oops. Let's
we
see if
got
I know
there
how
yet?
to work a
I'll
browser.
bring it up over here.
558, 900.
So we have 41,000 to go. So we got a little work ahead of us.
We can
Oh,
do
cool.
this.
We can do it. Yep. We'll need your help. Spread some words. Chris upped his pledge, so up yours.
I knew you were gonna do that
I
at
knew
some
I
point.
was gonna get that in right. So anyway, we're gonna get that going, and that's pretty fun. And make sure that tell your friends. That's how it spreads, and make sure you get them in there. The last day we need that big uptick, and
Gotten some good press coverage
Yep,
in the last
Engadget's
couple of
come on.
days. You did an excellent interview.
where
In Engadget.
you just gave me a compliment.
I did give you a compliment.
I don't know.
You don't even know what to do with yourself right now, do you?
No, I'm getting it. I've got a link meeting request today at 4:00, which would be right smack in the middle of our.
Our last 2 hours.
Yeah.
Our last 3 hours. 3 hours.
Yeah.
I can't tell time today either, apparently.
Hold on. Let me answer this email. I will be answering an email. Rob, you take over.
All right. I'm going to now be entertaining, which maybe we should talk about design.
Why not?
Well, we've got you all here.
Sure.
Actually, what should we talk about? Do you have any ideas about what we could talk about in the design of the game that might be interesting to the people out there? Maybe we should check on our chat. See what people think. We will go over some. Hopefully, we can get some people to call in and pitch their design ideas from our contest. That would be an excellent thing for us to do this afternoon. So we've had a lot of participants sending in their level designs, their single player and multiplayer ideas for game modes. So we've been following along on that, and maybe we can talk to some of those people today and get them to talk about their pitches to the whole audience. All the lots of people out there that are having to watch us for 9 hours today.
They don't have to.
Well, they don't have to. That's
There
true.
is other entertainment out there.
There is, but
Not to say this is any entertainment by any.
entertainment is a loose term.
That's
But, you know.
big. Any word I can't spell, I shouldn't be able to say.
Although, thank you to the almost 200 who are watching. right
200,
now.
wow.
200, that's pretty
awesome.
cool.
That is amazing. And we are very appreciative of all you people who are following along today and watching us count down the last hours of our Kickstarter. We want to say thanks again to all the people who have backed and who have spread the word. You know, it's looking like we're going to be there.
Well,
So-
until we get there, I am not sure we're getting there.
Oh yeah,
You know,
I'm
it's-
clinging to the edge of the table here.
I know. We're like,
please.
You know, so yeah, and Groundhound's been doing a good job of helping to get out there. Ruben, Lothar, there's a lot of people that have really
A
helped.
lot of people. I've loved watching the comments for the last 2 days on the Kickstarter campaign because there's so many of them coming in so fast because everyone's kind of sitting there watching and going, "Can we do this? We can do this."
I love it, and well, that's part of what's been cool about being in the community is that people get together, and that's the only way these things happen. You know, the people have to, you know, they have to want this. They have to show the world that this can be done, and I think Kaji's trailer yesterday helped out a lot too because it's other than that one explosion which I didn't like, but you know the rest of it's
You know
really
what?
good. Yeah,
We're gonna get some
It's
more effects
work in-
in.
it's work in progress.
It's all work in progress. Yeah.
Work in progress, and that's what are you going to do with that? Oh, sure.
Oh, Mike wants to show off the video cards that we're giving away.
Yeah, so we are giving up. These things are heavy, man. This is heavier than my laptop. Yep, that's heavy and hard. 290X, AMDs.
Lovely.
Richie Corpus over there has been a wonderful
sweet-looking
supporter of
card.
ours, and you know, AMD. It's an AMD Radeon 290X.
Excellent.
It's an excellent card. It's got way better graphics than anything we have in this office at the moment. But we're giving 5 of those away. 3 of those to people who bring the most referrers in now past the time, like I think it was 6,600 or something,
Yeah.
or maybe 6,000. I can't remember. We'll have to go back and look at when we
We'll
timestamp.
nail that down.
Right, and then also 2 to the people that have been doing it all along.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
so
we appreciate and we recognize the fact that people have been bringing people on all the way through this campaign. I mean, you sit and think sometimes everybody's got to know about this game by now, and it's not the case.
Right.
It's hard getting the word spread. It's
right.
learning how to be marketers and get that word out and having all the people pitching in it's really important.
It is very important. I got one more thing I have to answer now, so let's back on. Rob, you take over.
Oh, back on me. My take on UE4. Well, that's a long story. I mean, basically the easy answers that we've kind of talked about before. UE4 it's accessible. It's very accessible. The knowledge of it's widespread, which means you can find people who can work more readily than you could on other engines. The other thing that's really important to me about UE4 is it means the community can be involved because it's very easy to use. The knowledge is widespread. I think that's important. Technologically speaking, we wanted that level of graphics, so that was important to us. And Blueprint is really super powerful. It's programming for non-programmers because it can do almost anything the coders can do out of the box. So that's a big deal to us too. So those are our simple answers on UE4. There's more to it than that, but you know, where's Jason when you need him?
Yeah, well, he's not an early arriver for the most
No,
part.
he's
He'll
not.
Be here in a
Well,
little
he's
bit.
already been working
He's already
all
working
morning
from
on
home. I
stuff.
know.
Yeah.
And by the way, it is a 290. When I was talking to Richie, he said 295s, but somehow they ship 290s, and that's fine too. So whatever they're willing to give us is great, and they're still probably better than most of the stuff we have. So
I don't know if you mentioned that we're going to hold a couple of those and give those to people who, before this contest, have been really great about referring.
We did.
So people were asking in the Twitch.
Yeah, definitely. If you've already done a lot, so go to the forums, and we should. There's a link it's pinned in the journal forums about how the rules work, and what'll have to happen is, if you've done a lot of referring before, they'll have to send an email to contest at Descendent.Studios.com with their pledge number, their backer number, and then who referred them, and either who referred them either with an email or with their forum name, and so that's how we'll keep track of all that.
Yep.
So we can look and when everybody pledged, and we get all that data, and so we'll be able to do that kind of stuff, and so make sure that happens. And
We are now over 7,200 backers.
7,200 backers. That means
Wow.
there's 7,199 people that are better than me at the game, I'm sure.
And we're fast
Probably.
approaching $560,000.
560,000.
Almost there.
Creeping ever closer.
Who's going to get us there? Who's
Yeah.
going to get us there?
Tick, tick. I'm
Tick,
watching.
tick,
It's
tick.
ticking pretty
I
fast
know,
right now.
Yeah, well, they probably want to see that Fitz-Smithy.
The snow. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
You don't know what you're asking.
I'm regretting that
people.
So no, you know,
don't
after
know
us
what you're asking.
asked a question earlier, I wanted
What question was that?
to get to. What is that zappy glowy sphere thing?
Zappy, glowy.
Zappy
something.
slith.
Oh, the core.
The core.
That is a concept of what our core may look like in the game. And for those of you who don't know and who haven't played the original Descent, the core is kind of a key mechanic to the whole game, in that you in the single player missions especially, where that's your whole objective is to go in, navigate the maze, get to the core and destroy it, the reactor, and destroy it, and then run out as fast as you can so you don't blow up with the rest of the mine. So that's one of our concepts for what our core might look like. And our core is going to have some other mechanics added to it as well, but that's for a later time.
I think it's important to mention that everything we produced to this point has been all concept and tests and examinations of the
Yeah.
idea. We started from practically ground zero when we started this campaign.
And we've got a lot of people working their butts off, putting this stuff together, and some of it will go in as is, some of it will be improved, some of it, this is an evolution.
And there's been a lot of changes even to the campaign
Yeah.
as we've taken the community's feedback into account. And
Everything has evolved in a month even. It's amazing how much things have changed. I mean, looking back at our first day Kickstarter page and our Kickstarter page today, it's a world of difference. We have evolved with community feedback, with different messaging to clarify things, with images and artwork that comes online, with stretch goals that we added onto the page yesterday.
You did.
All of that, I mean, it's just a constant evolution, and you're going to get to watch that whole process for the entire development of the game. And you're going to be there, and you're going to be involved, and we're going to be getting your help every step of the way so we get this game
You
right.
talk about live design meetings and things of that nature too.
Yeah, live design meetings. This is not making me nervous at all. Not even a
Well,
little
it
bit.
just means you have to prepare a little more when you go in there, and probably give a syllabus and talk what you're going to talk about.
So
It
I
also
am-
means they get to see the missteps too. I mean, that's part of it. It's like sometimes you think something's going to work and it doesn't.
So
you'll get to see how that happened.
So Floppy asks, will there be
Floppy?
a thief bot? Yeah, Floppy. So we don't have the rights right now to the pyro, the bots, the assets that were in the
Doesn't have
game.
to be called the Thief Bot.
No, we could make a tribute to that.
Okay, now I think a lot of people out there have varying opinions on how much they hate. Okay, no, they all hate the Thief Bot equally. As
How
far
could you
as
not hate
how
it, man?
annoying that thing was.
Yeah, well,
It's like I just worked all this time to get this one particular power up. Oh, it's gone.
yeah.
Sorry.
Lilterbots has a very poignant comment in there, which I don't want.
we can't.
I don't want
we can't
kids
utter
to
that
hear.
on air, can we?
No. So we're not making a tribute to it. We're right now. There's no. I don't think we have plans for a thief bot.
We don't know one way or the other yet. Honestly, I don't know if we'll do it or not. I mean, I think it's an interesting mechanic, but I think we could duplicate that kind of mechanic with other ships that we have.
Right.
too,
I would
so.
much rather it be a player mechanic than an AI one, because
Stealing stuff from other players.
well, it's pickpocket, right? That's the same.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're doing that, by the way.
no, that's just it's an idea.
But anything in the game that is player driven is, I think, better than AI, especially annoying stuff. There's a rule that I've had making games forever that if anything that causes ass pain is not going in the game. And so, if it's just not fun, why do people do that? If it's not fun,
It was fun though. It was frustrating,
No,
but it
no.
was fun to hunt
Well,
that thing down and destroy it utterly.
okay, that I understand,
Yeah.
right? But it's I don't know. Sometimes we as game designers, I don't agree with every game design decision, I guess, and I'm sure people don't agree with every one of mine either. So.
So it is with deep regret that I announce that we broke $560,000.
Awesome, 560, 40 more to go, 8 hours. We can do it.
We can do this.
We can do that.
We are on pace.
Yep.
But I mean, let's mention one other very important thing. We need to get to 600 to get this game off the ground.
Oh,
but
man.
you guys need 650, so everyone gets a torch.
Yeah.
It's like,
How do we not get the
Let's-
torch? Right. Let's not focus on 6. Let's get
yeah, it's
beyond
like
that.
I want to be able to give them that shit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, that kind of leaves us with a dilemma at that point, doesn't it? If we're like, what do we do if we don't? So we'll have to figure that. Let's hope we don't have to cross that.
let's
Yeah, Phil
Oh,
says.
Phil says
so
he
check
gets a
back
torch.
in with Phil, Mike.
Sure,
He's got a comment that is.
right now.
we're-
We're nerfing Phil's ships.
So what happens if they don't get to 650? Phil with a torch.
I'm the only one who gets the torch there.
Yeah, I don't.
Phil seems to think he's going to have some advantages in this game that he's not going to have.
Oh no, I'll have
Yeah, yeah.
560.
Cool.
Amazing. Amazing.
It is amazing.
This has been quite the roller coaster ride.
It.
Counting down the last hours. Can you believe it's been a month since we launched this campaign?
I feel it. I feel it.
I feel it in
my
my
entire
bones.
body. Every bit of it. It's been an amazing experience. Honestly, doing it with you guys has been great. I mean, it's you know, and it's such a risk. If you're ever thinking about doing a Kickstarter, you have to realize that it's all or nothing. You either get your goal, or you get $0. $0. And so, Mike brought up an interesting topic.
Us.
Yeah.
Should we talk about that right now?
I think we should. So we've had some fans send us some gifts.
Which
So
is-
I've actually got
Wow,
the first
thank
one
you.
right here, which is a real cool. That's a NASA space shuttle cup. Oh,
I'm stealing your cup.
It's got my name. No, it's got my name on it.
I can cross that out.
You can't.
Sharpie. I need a Sharpie.
And it's not. That's not all though. Some space shuttle maiden flights, and a really cool
That's awesome.
picture. Yeah, it is. And some stickers, and then a letter.
A letter.
Which is very neat. I'm not going to read the whole letter 'cause it's a personal letter.
Yes.
But it says "Dear Wingman," you know, whatever.
That's the part he's going to read.
No, I'm not. I'm just going to read. So in the box, it's in a mug with the name on it, an engraved foil picture depicting the landing on the moon, a set of coins commemorating the maiden flights, a ton of packing peanuts. I'm glad we got rid of those. Plain old sticker. Thought it looked funny in this letter. Michael Peterson sent this in. MBG0. Thank you, Michael, very, very much. We appreciate it. And I met Michael at Gamescom in Germany, and we did an interview this year when I was doing Star Citizen, and that was super fun, and he's a good guy. So thank you very much, Michael. We appreciate that. Oh, boy. This is another interesting gift. Rob, you want to talk about this one?
That is a ginormous jug
Let me
maple
have
syrup.
it's the top thing there, Mike, just the top one.
Real,
Thank you.
honest to gosh, maple syrup, which it's worth its weight in gold.
It is.
I have already threatened to run off with this and take it home and put it on Belgian waffles.
So you want to read that? You want to show
Thing
me
one, thing two.
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
Look, just showing them thing 1 and thing 2. To the team at Descendent.Studios, here's something to keep your energy up for the final push. So we just need some plastic cups so we can just start chugging.
It's maple syrup.
It's awesome.
It's a jug of maple syrup.
Good luck
But
with
it's
the Kickstarter.
pure New Hampshire maple syrup. And Jason has already come in and said, "Hey man, I really kind of want that syrup." That was my perfect Jason.
I love that.
I know, right? Like we're gonna let him have it.
I love waffles.
You want a plastic cup?
Oh, nice.
I don't think we're doing shots.
We're not
of
doing
maple
shots
syrup.
of maple syrup. No,
That's what you need is me bouncing off the walls.
I would
for
do
the
a
next
shot of
8
maple
hours.
syrup. I don't know. You know.
You're gonna do a shot of maple
Well,
syrup.
not right
But
now.
that's from Screwball, by the way. That was the other important.
We
thing
also
about
got
the card.
some. We also got some I Love Bacon New Hampshire lottery tickets, which we'll scratch off in a little bit.
I had not seen those.
Yeah.
yet.
I love bacon.
Well, who doesn't?
No, everything's better with bacon.
Everything is better.
In fact,
with bacon.
we should have a level where we shoot bacon lasers.
No.
Yeah. We could totally have bacon. It'd be fun.
Nope.
We've got this.
That's from GoTo.
Ah.
Trajan. And GoTo
That is heavy.
is a wonderful, wonderful support of ours, and he's also a cigar aficionado. Sent us some awesome cigars.
Phil's been
Thank you very
eyeballing
much,
those
GoTo.
since they came in.
Thank you, Peterson. Thanks for the The gifts, you guys are amazing.
There's one more, you know.
Oh, I know. We haven't opened it yet.
A
And
huge one.
It's Michael's not going to like us not having opened it yet. It's because we don't have water yet.
Right time.
We don't have water yet. But
Oh, good.
they're gonna open it off camera, and I'm going to sing a ditty.
You gonna sing a song?
I'm not going to sing a song. I'm totally not going to.
I have heard you do that before.
I am not singing anything. It's kind of so Michael Senalaya on the forum sent us a coffee maker. He's amazing. He's been one of our best supporters since day one. He's a true friend. I've met him several times, both in Austin and in Germany at Gamescom. Yeah, Michael's. This is the cool thing again about the community. You get to meet people all along the way, and then you get to you become friends, and that's amazing. It's an amazing journey we're on right now. So Rob's over here off camera opening this.
Well, it's packageception. It was a box inside a box inside paper.
It's a box inside a box inside a box inside a box.
See?
Hold on a second. I got another
Are you
email to
singing?
answer.
I thought
No,
you
I'm
were
not.
You decided not to sing.
I'm glad you decided not to sing.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to move the.
I have heard
Yes.
him do this before. Definitely falls into the category of who sings that song, keep it that way.
All right, you guys just saw some. I just moved my meeting to Tuesday next week. Was that exciting?
Mike is not patient.
Oh, an espresso.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one too.
Oh, yeah.
And this is from Senalaya.
See, we figured that we really earn this when we start making the game for reals.
Well, we get a water supply.
And when we get a water supply, that's kind of important too.
Yeah.
You have a point.
We
Water
have-
is very useful
yeah,
when
we-
making coffee.
Well, we just got our cooler in just this week. It's actually in that little closet over there. Look at that. And so we'll be adding the Nespresso to our thing.
Senalaya, right?
Senalaya, thank you. God, thank you very much. Phil, or where you at?
We heard our coffee.
Is Phil in the other room?
Yeah, I'm in here.
Michael, let's check in with Phil.
Let's check in
Check in
the
with Phil.
Phil chamber. What's going on in the Phil
So what's
chamber?
going on in there, Phil?
Just resetting all of the movement controls on the machines now.
Movement controls?
They were
Awesome.
a little bit fast, so I had to kind of tone it down.
Oh, see, that's an interesting point. So we've got the ability to move or to change the movement on the ships because we know how important it is to get that just right. And so, right now, being that we're not polished, it's important for us
It's
to kind
still a
of.
little fast.
Yeah, it's still a little fast. We'll get there.
But we've had a lot of fun going in there and tweaking it and watching how the ship performs and going, well, that doesn't quite
it's not-
feel right
Yep,
yet.
yep.
And then it all changes again every time we download.
Yep.
There are challenges. There are always challenges.
Well, that's fantastic. I just
Why-
found.
why did
I'm
that
doing
noise
emails.
go
So
on
here's
your
an interesting
machine?
little note here. We're already up to over 7,200 backers and a number of collabs. So we're bringing a bunch of new people in.
Yeah, that's cool.
Had an avalanche of new people in the last few
And I
days,
think that's
we
important.
love that.
Look, it's we want new people. That's it. The more people that are in this thing together with us, the better off we are. That's kind of the beauty. I think we had 771 people join us yesterday.
There's a lot of people. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the
and there were-
Kicktrack's day is different than Kickstarter's day, so it depends on where you look.
True, fair enough.
But yeah, Kicktrack says we had 707 backers yesterday, but Kickstarter, I believe, has a higher number.
Okay, fair enough. There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's cool, and we're still tracking fairly well. So we still have some time to get there, and we need to get there because without getting there, what happens? Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah.
Then we're gonna have to learn how to say "Would you like whipped cream" on that.
Yeah, get with your Starbucks.
With your Starbucks,
Well,
yeah.
I'll be selling an espresso machine.
Oh. I guess we won't be around to use it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think I can get 40,000 for it. That should take us right over the top.
There we go.
No, I'm kidding. Obviously, Michael, just busting your chops. I'm hoping to get out to Gamescom this year for this because again, this will be right around the time that we are launching. Michael's giving me a bunch of. He does not like the name Panzer. Michael, why don't you call in right now? Let's take a call for
Our
you.
German fans are not thrilled with the tank being called the tank.
The tank.
However, we have 4 people who have signed up to name ships, and perhaps one of those people is going to choose to rename the Panzer.
Yep, and it looks like Angry Peas has done a comic. Michael, do you have this? I want to send
Peas
this
is
to you.
very creative.
He is very creative.
And funny.
is, and that too. I don't. You know what, Mike? I'm gonna have to send this an email because my Skype is now the company Skype. Here's Michael. Hey, Michael, you have a camera?
Sorry, no. Still no camera.
What's going on with you guys and no camera, man?
They don't want to be on TV.
What is
Cool.
going on? Hold on,
Too
Michael.
lazy.
Eric's looking at
I'm looking at my email because I'm sending you something I want to put up on the show.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very important. Content.
It's very important. Here we go.
We need this content.
Yeah, it's 8 hours to go with just talking heads.
So thank you, by the way, Michael.
Absolutely.
That
More
is,
than thank
that is
you.
amazing.
Yep.
Well, welcome. It was meant actually to help you along during the Kickstarter.
Well, we're going to
I'm
need
quite
help
sure
getting
you
the rest of
would
the
use
game
some
together,
caffeine.
too.
Well, it's going to get more use during the making of the game.
Believe me.
We just didn't have any water. That's our problem here. In fact, you remember the basement, Michael?
That was,
Oh, I do.
That
I
was
do.
elegant compared to this office.
Yeah, that office was. Yeah, that office is like way stepped up from here.
That's frightening.
Yes.
We are putting every penny into the game.
Well, that's true.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, we've I'm as
No
people
penthouse
know,
for us.
I'm notoriously cheap with expenses, and so
That is not a lie.
But come on, at least a portable water dispenser should be possible.
we got one. It just came in
Yeah.
this week, like yesterday. So that's why we didn't open. So we're going to open it now, and I could show you the portable water dispenser, but it's behind two closed doors. So
And it's loud.
and it is loud, and you'd be hearing a. So that just
Don't
came
forget-
in. We'll be setting that up ASAP.
Don't forget the other box that contains coffee for it.
Well, that's right.
We didn't open that one on camera because Mike was too impatient, so, you know.
He's created a pile of box stuff.
We
over
have
there.
a pile of... I like the red paper, too, and I was trying to save it, but Mike
So-
just had to
so-
get into that box.
So, Senalaya, tell him where we met. Tell him how we know each other.
Well, I think we first met on the first Gamescom you guys attended. At the Beer Garden event, actually.
Well, now that's shocking. I was at a beer garden.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
We went to a beer garden? I have no recollection.
Yeah, I don't think you were there for that, were you?
I was at the beer garden. Yeah, the first Gamescom.
Of
Absolutely.
course, I talked
course
about the walk.
of course you
as
were.
well.
And we did a live show. We did a live forum feedback there, and we had a good time at the Hyatt. And we're going to be going back to there. We're going to go to Germany this year for Gamescom, assuming, of course,
Fingers crossed.
assuming we get to the next
Watching
level.
this little counter.
Yeah, hoping we get to 600, then we'll be able to plan for going to Gamescom. And I would love to shoot another show in that Hyatt Beer Garden. That was super fun.
That was a lot of fun. And it was
Absolutely.
great to meet
by
our
the way,
excellent
thank you
German
again
fans.
for meeting us at the Beer Garden again last year for a little meetup.
That was fun too. That was raining. Remember that? It was pretty hardcore. So I'm trying to talk Chris right now into letting me be the opening act for his Gamescom presentation. I said, look, you can be the big show, and I'll be the tiny little proving ground show beforehand, because our game will actually be out and playable by August. At least one level will be able to people to get out there and play. So
we
I
still
haven't got
have
an answer
one
yet.
level by August. Yeah,
I haven't got an
I
answer.
can't
Remember,
imagine
you
why.
won't be the first opening act that steals the show.
Oh, I don't know, man. That Star Citizen looks great, but
no, they're pretty. Epic.
They're pretty good. I think it's honestly, I think it's great that there are more space games coming out. I think it's funny because we've been in the industry long enough to see genres come and go stagnant and then come back, and it's really neat that Descent's been in a sock drawer for 16 years.
It's a long time.
That's ridiculous.
And there have been games that tried to emulate it some.
Forsaken.
In some ways. Forsaken certainly was
Yeah.
an attempt to bring that back.
There's another one. I'm trying to think of the name.
There have been Minor Wars recently was kind of trying to be in that vein, and it's one of the things that people bring up. It's like, well, are you guys going to be more like that than Descent? We're like, no, we're going to be like Descent,
Right.
but we're going to have some of those elements.
Yeah, and you know what? That's okay. So that's an interesting point you brought up. Okay. So and we'll get to that. I think we should. I should take notes so that I can remember to talk about that when during the rest of the hours.
Hours.
Yeah, we have to fill
Plural.
the hours
Hours.
of exciting entertainment, riveting. Anything could happen. Who shot JR?
A lot of people aren't going to get that reference.
I know.
at
Well,
all.
I know. That's great. More obscure the better.
You are dating yourself.
Yeah. Well, at least I can date somebody. Cool. Well, so what are you looking forward to most in the game, Mike?
Oh, pretty much all of the aspects, whether it's the multiplayer, which I really love to do, and flying around in confined spaces. And
Did you play?
Certainly expecting.
Did you play the original?
Yeah, but probably last time about 10 years ago.
Wow.
I think, and that's kind of the fun, right? Because that's
Yeah.
we want to kind of bring that spirit. But it's really hard. I mean, there are some people out there that are still playing it. You know, every year it gets smaller and smaller, but it's just hard to look at the graphics. I mean, we play it here.
And it's been great to dust it off again and get back in and
Yeah.
remind ourselves just all how it felt, and certainly the multiplayer. Remind our neighbors
And get
how
the,
much
and get the
fun
controls
Descent
back.
is.
Yeah, the neighbors were not happy.
The
with
neighbors
us.
did have to come and speak to us very politely.
Okay, well, thank you, Michael. I'm going to hang up. And are you watching the show right now?
Oh, absolutely. And I will stay until the
We're
end.
sorry.
You gotta find something better to do with your life, man. We'll talk to you
Not
later,
right
my
now.
friend. Tell everybody,
Okay.
I said hi.
And thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Best of luck.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.
So I managed to nab Angry P's T-shirt concept idea. And
T-shirt concept.
Yeah. You ready for this?
Oh my God!
the first
I'm
T-shirt
looking at it.
What? Oh man.
Todd's being immortalized on a T-shirt.
Oh, dude, Todd, we
Oh.
we should totally send that to him. He's not here right now.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is phenomenally funny. What we need, Peas, if you're there, we're trying to get one of our guys to create we need a Ships that Fight Underground version.
We do. Do we have a logo for that?
Yeah, but we haven't.
Where is it?
Well, Fall's got it, so we're gonna let him when he's around.
He doesn't.
I don't have.
No, I'm already talking to him.
Well,
He
tell
doesn't
him
know where it is.
Well, tell him to create one. Have fun with it.
There we go.
Oh, has he already done it? Look at that.
He's a miracle worker.
He
Well,
is.
send that to me so I can share it with everybody.
Well,
I'm working
well,
on
let's-
it.
let's-
It's-
yeah,
it's-
okay, yeah,
It's
we
got
should-
to download
It's
very
It's
slowly.
a big image.
We're also live streaming, so
Oh, we are. You know,
we're,
and-
we're
and-
eating some bandwidth.
Well, email the link to me and I'll bring it up on the.
It's on Skype.
It's
on Skype.
Yeah.
Copy
So
you.
as soon as he gets it, he'll.
Down,
50,
back
53
up.
seconds remaining. Another thing that I get to watch tick. This time downward instead of upward. This is why we don't want him to sing.
Actually, I got something better than that. You ready?
Oh,
Here we
good.
go.
Something better. Something wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Epic Sax.
And if you haven't seen the 6 Degrees of Freedom video yet, you need to watch it all the way to the end.
With some lovely swoopy
Yeah, you should
turns.
cue that up at some point, Michael.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
that, and we'll let me know when you have it. Because I think a lot of people watch the beginning and then they don't go all the way through. And one of the things we're known for is putting tags on our shows or videos that are funny at the end. They're do you remember the adjectives one that one Galactica? What was it? 1 Minute Galactica created. Oh my God, that was hilarious. If you're in America, then you know Schoolhouse Rock, and that was fantastic.
Interplanet Janet.
Yeah, but the 1 Minute Galactica did that your adjectives, but it was all a Star Wars thing. And it was,
Oh, interjections. It was the interjections
No,
one,
there were
yeah.
two. There were two.
Did they do the adjectives one too?
Adjectives and interjections, and one of God.
That
Franklin
was
found
wonderful.
he had the ball. That was so freaking funny, and we started adding those things at the end, so to get people to hang around. Oh, here we go. Let's take a look. Oh, dude, that shirt.
Oh, guess what?
Yeah, let's add that. We should
All
probably
right,
put that
gentlemen,
on the
you're
Kickstarter
teasing the audience.
page
Why don't you
too.
send that to me? So I
Okay,
can
hold
check
on.
it?
I'm getting it somewhere.
Wow.
Oops.
That shirt's cool looking. So, a little history there. We were building a game called Ships That Fight Underground. It was a working title, or STFU for short. Yeah. And we were always planning to maybe change it later, maybe, depending on how other people liked it. And that's when Interplay contacted us and said, hey, would you guys like to do Descent? And of course, the answer to that is...
Yep.
Yep. And so we switched course a little bit to make sure that we are going to be able to. We were already going to do this game anyway. It just now we get to actually be an official Descent version, and so very excited about that. But that also meant that we had to accelerate some of the other aspects we weren't working on at the time to bring that about. Are you sending it to Mike?
I'm sending it to Mike.
Cool. Okay.
Why, thank you, sir.
Why? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. It's pretty cool. So people have asked for a Ships That Fight Underground shirt because you guys are here at the beginning. You're here at the beginning.
Well, all those early people really need to get it to Mike.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
very
and that's
slow.
what's going on. It's because we're probably all sharing the same internet here. We're sharing.
Sharing means caring.
Oh,
There
there's.
you go, Mike, in your email now.
You got it now?
Thanks.
Or should be.
So we're only about 3,000 away from actually showing the Smithy right now.
Oh God!
I think maybe that's slowing down the ticker.
Stop!
because
Stop
No,
backing down.
they wanna see
stop!
it. They
Stop
wanna
backing
see
down.
it.
Save yourself.
No, don't do it. Don't tell them that, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely.
No.
Keep
That's not what I
backing
meant.
now. Keep backing now. If we jump to 270 to 570 fast enough, maybe we should not show the Fitzsmith. That's what we should do.
Okay, hold on a minute. There's one other guy. I'll tell. We've got some people coming by. I think that we need to probably order the sandwiches so that they can bring the sandwiches by.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm still in chat, but I'm going to have to back out a minute because I need to answer a private message. A private message. A private message.
is this a lull? Would we call this a lull in the show?
There's been a number of lulls. Let's pick up the pace.
Well, let's look at our whiteboard prompts and see what we have in there. We talked a little about the history of it. I mean, I guess talking about the STFU, that actually sort of brings that up. That at the very beginning, this was STFU, and it was just we wanted the style of Descent, the idea of Descent, to bring it back, and then
Gameplay is what we wanted.
yeah. And then when Interplay came and gave it to us, we were like, okay, now we're making Descent, and we didn't adjust all of our messaging initially necessarily, but we slowly righted those things as people pointed out where things were unclear or not Descent enough sounding. It's like, well, we just could have worded that better.
Descent means
Yeah.
something different to everybody.
Yeah.
And so, and that's one of those things where you just have to. Campaigns are weird things. You can go in there as prepared as you want to be, and it's Sun Tzu said every battle plan survives until first contact, and that's what happened. We came out, and it was fun. It was good, and then all of a sudden it was like, you have to go do. You have to go do something else. So you have to make sure that you're addressing the needs and the desires of the community. Now, Michael, do we have that T-shirt? And we'll allow people to choose this one if they want, because if you
Which T-shirt?
the new one that Rob sent you.
No, I'm waiting on that mail, so I'll check it out.
Oh, okay. It's not
Still
there
hasn't
yet.
gotten there?
Yeah, well,
Here's
big
Rob looking
vibe.
at his email to see if it's sent.
Yeah, what's he doing over there? He's just kind of messing around, doing nothing.
No.
Oh, yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay, looking for it. Stand by.
I love touch.
Oh, there it is. All right.
All right, you guys are gonna
stand by. I'm gonna bring this up.
actually see what we've seen.
Wow, we can stop teasing them.
Damn, I got the hiccups going here, and that's never a good thing. All right, so Icebones I think will be coming by now as well. Elfin's coming by. Icebones is coming by.
Oh, good. They're gonna play some game with us.
They're going to come play some Descent with us,
Awesome.
Awesome.
which
That
is
could be very embarrassing.
oh good. He's going to bring food.
I only have a tiny little file there,
It is kind of tiny.
Robert. I don't have a large enough file to show here.
What?
What do you mean? What are you
What
talking
I'll try again. Stand by.
Hold on, let me see.
Save as?
I'm going to try
You
saving
may
it
just
directly.
save the icon. I mean, you may not have forwarded the full-size file to me.
Are you connected to him on?
I've got a
on-
thumbnail. All right.
Are you
Yeah,
connected to him on
I-
Skype?
I'm-
Just drop
I'm-
it to him on Skype.
I'm going to see if...
Hey, listen, while we're waiting on that, one of the things we did include in our campaign page is the timeline for the development of the game. And I know we wanted to talk a little bit about, what are some of the steps we go through in order to get from where we are now to getting something out of the
I
streets for
think
everybody.
I think we bring Phil on for that. We talk a little bit about when Phil's ready to. Yeah, do we have Michael? Why don't we fans get to meet you,
There you go.
and that'll give us a chance to fix the
Gotta clean up our mess.
clean up the mess.
Sure, let me go ahead and I'll roll an interview.
And
Like they
don't
wanna
stop
see more of
pledging.
me.
We need to get there.
Forbidden Fitzsmithy is incoming.
Forbidden Fitzsmithy is only $2,000 away.
All right, we're going to roll this interview.
Hi, Mike.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Welcome to what Meet a Dev. I
I'm
guess.
usually on that side.
I know. We're going to change it around today, and we're meeting you.
Hey.
So tell us a little bit about yourself. What are you doing for Descendent.Studios?
Well, I guess we're making up our titles as we go, but
Right, right.
if I were to describe what I'm doing, I would call it social media producer.
Social media producer.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, you're responsible for all the videos we put out there, the editing, the shooting, all this kind of stuff. This one we're doing right now.
Right.
And you make us look good.
Well, I try to anyway. It's a hard job.
Yes, it is. It is a very hard job, and in fact, it's an impossible job. So, what about you? Also do live streaming, though.
Well, yeah. Obviously, we've done some of the live streams for some time. We did in Brooklyn Imperium.
Yep.
Just had an interesting experience. I worked for a project on South by Southwest where we did the first ever live stream concert in 4K, first ever 4K.
4K. Now, how did you guys do that? I mean, what kind of cameras?
A
were
lot bigger equipment. It was 4 red cameras on a 20-foot crane and all live switching and everything.
So were you
going
doing
out.
the switching? Were you like directing the show?
I was not the director. There's another gentleman doing that. I was responsible for making sure all the cameras matched and grading them and keeping their exposures right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it fun?
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Good.
Except I had to listen to a lot of rap.
Yeah, well, that happens. Some people like, that's
There's some
their
good
kind of
ones. We
thing.
had T-Pain was out there. He put on a good show.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. And we won't be having that here, and nor will we be having the Epic cameras or Reds here as well.
Yeah, probably not.
Although you own a couple of those.
I do. I
correct?
own a red one. I own an Epic X, absolutely.
Yeah, and we've used those before. It's an incredible picture in those things.
Well, there's a time I think for that, but usually it's overkill for kind of the stuff we do.
Right, it is, and it's a total different experience there, and it looks amazing. So you're a media producer here. You also are involved in game design. You throw your 2 cents in here and there and
Every
make
now
sure
and
that
then.
things are happening. And do you like that? How did you come into that role? I mean, you've had a very varied career.
Well, I actually joined the industry as an artist,
Right.
Because I'd been doing video producing
Right.
for an architectural firm in Houston a long time ago. And I kind of worked my way through that kind of process. I was doing a lot of flicks back then, and then a little bit of art here and there. Although I wouldn't call myself an artist.
Right.
But I ended up, one of the main things I ended up doing was for Ultima 9, I wrote and directed all the flicks.
Right.
But I also did some coding. I wrote the entire special effects particle system for Ultima 9 and created all the elements, all the visual elements, and choreographed all the magic spells and all the visual effects.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Now, you also worked on Crusader, I believe, right?
Crusader No Remorse. That's kind of when I started in '95, and I helped them. They were wrapping up that project, but they were under a crunch, and they needed someone to help them, do the flicks.
Under crunch. That seems to be That's kind of the bugaboo about being in the video game industry, isn't it? It's like for whatever reason we just cannot stick to schedules, and we have to crunch.
Well, I mean it's always a moving target. That's the biggest problem. The thing I observed over and over again is that every time you work on a project, the technology target moves out from underneath you.
True.
Not to mention the design target. When other people come out and produce something really
Feature
interesting. Feature creep.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that hits you most often.
Right. I think so. But it's one of those things where you're trying to put something out there that's as good as possible, and somebody comes up with a good idea, and you're going, well, we could do that, maybe a little extra work, but man, it's going to make the game better. And so ultimately, I think that's why we're all doing this. It's sort of a passion, and
well, that's why I have. I mean, I like telling stories, and I like being a part of stories that are created by people. So sometimes you're working on a sandbox game. Sometimes you're working on a game that's very heavily a narrative.
Right.
And each of those give an opportunity. Either you're crafting the story as a narrative, single-player experience, or you're setting up a sandbox and watching how people create their own stories. It's pretty fascinating.
Now, you like space.
A little bit.
This week
In space.
Exactly. Now you've got some interesting things. I was talking to you earlier, and we were talking about the movie Contact. Do you remember the movie Contact?
Right, sure.
Right. And well, just tell people what you in that movie.
Okay, you had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm a huge, I'm very avid about not just space, but about the future.
Right. You're a futurist.
I'm a futurist. I'm a transcendental kind of transhumanist kind of guy.
I can't spell it. I can't say it.
But Contact was a really interesting movie. It was written by Carl Sagan, and it took about 5 years to get it from his initial script to made. And he also wrote a book in that time, which is also very interesting, although kind of different. But he died before they could get the movie finished. It was in production, and he died. And that was real sad for me, because I'd always had a great deal of respect for him and everything that he'd written. And Cosmos, he was kind of the original.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was the original Cosmos. He was the original host.
It's funny because today the show is, I believe a lot of these scientists are on TV now, and he really was the guy who kind of got that rolling.
Yeah, well, his wife, Ann Druyan,
Right.
who survived him, is producing the current one.
Ah, it's great
Neil
stuff.
deGrasse Tyson, yeah.
It's awesome.
But so that movie was so great. It was a great story about an emotional journey for the character, Dr. Ellen Arroway. But and it really hit me. And so when that last scene where she's sitting on the canyon wall and listening to the noise of the universe, and it fades out, and a simple little title, For Carl, came up.
Lost it.
I lost it. Just projectile tears.
Oh, man.
I know. Right in the theater, right in the middle of the theater. I was like completely. My girlfriend, my gate was like, "What's going on? What's going on?"
I can't talk about it again.
Well, it's the first time I ever agreed for someone I didn't know, for a celebrity.
That's an interesting point. Right. Because you felt a connection there.
Yeah, I really identified with what he brought to us, and it was really just such a loss.
You know, it's interesting you mention that because that's kind of why, not necessarily the celebrity portion, but that's kind of what the connection we're hoping to have with the audience while we make this game.
Sure.
That we get them involved so that they feel like they are part of the process.
Well, I think there's always a dialogue between the creator
Absolutely.
and the people who are kind of observing that and helping participing. And I think that's the same for us. I don't want to say we're celebrities. That's so far from that, or as brilliant as Carl Sagan, certainly.
Right.
But,
Well, you may not be,
but the dynamic's the same. Whether you're just sitting down with friends and brainstorming some things together, or
Yeah,
you're
that's
sitting
right.
down and talking on camera and sharing your ideas and getting that feedback. That's what social media is all about.
Well, I think that's happened. That's changed the way the world works. Is that wall, that barrier to access is gone now with Twitter. You can reach out and have a virtual handshake with your audience. I mean, the publisher used to be the wall. They could never get to the developers because the publisher would just flat out just shut them down, or we're not releasing that. It's like it's a control of information, and it's
the internet and social media just destroyed that wall.
That's good. That's for the good.
Well, I think so. I think there's the whole democratization of all kinds of markets that we've
Sure.
seen. We saw it, decades ago when something like the Apple Macintosh, which was disruptive to the publishing industry, and suddenly anybody could make, a publication. Of course, the problem was that anybody can make a publication, and
that's like the internet.
Yeah,
isn't it?
pretty much.
It's great, and it's also not so great.
But it's also affirming. It's when you've got a good idea, you'll know.
Yeah, and you can find pockets of. It doesn't have to be like an idea that is hugely successful with everybody, all the billions of people want it.
Right.
But it could be pockets of people have that same thought around the world. I think more than anything, it's a connective tissue for people that maybe feel like there's not a connective tissue for them around, and they find out, oh my God, there is actually a lot of people who want, either an RTS game, or who want a Descent, for instance, or who want a Star Citizen, anything like that. It's like you find out that publishers aren't necessarily the ones who know everything.
Well, that's the cool thing about Kickstarter too, is that it is a mechanism to test that. Very
It sure
dynamic.
is. It sure is.
You put yourself out and you say, "Here's what we're planning," and are you with us? And you find out whether they are or not really quickly.
They're either grabbing the front of the wagon, pulling it, or they're putting their foot in the back and pushing it. So one of the two, and that's exactly right. So you also you've got a voiceover reel though.
Oh yeah. Well, I've done a few voices with you, amongst other things,
True.
at Beaver Pit Studios. We did a few things.
Oh, that's right. We
Yeah.
did. What was that game? You did a lot of the voices in that one.
Well, Hit and Myth was the
Hit and
one we
Myth.
got out the door.
That was right.
Sort of.
Yeah,
for
right.
For the Gizmondo.
Oh man!
Yeah.
That was that was kind of cool because that device was actually like Captain Kirk's communicator before.
Well, it was the iPhone before the iPhone.
Yeah,
It was an
completely.
attempt at what Apple succeeded at.
Yeah,
But it was great because we were creating portable games on a 3D accelerated device,
Right,
which
right.
was the first.
Right.
With GPS and all kinds of other things.
Yep.
We didn't take advantage of that, but
Well,
we had
some of our divisions did.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the colors was it's completely a street. Whenever you were on the street, would alert you to people around you, and you'd have.
That was a
battles.
real attempt at social virtual.
Yeah, and
worlds.
we had AR, augmented reality going. So yeah, that was a pretty cool thing. I mean, it's kind of sad because we actually had a really cool development teams around the world pushing the envelope and making some really neat stuff. But ultimately,
Well, they shot for the sky and they arced and fell, but that's.
well, what's that
sometimes
saying that pioneers usually fail, but settlers succeed.
Oh, that's a
and
good
so
point.
usually the people that are the first ones out the door doing something crash and burn,
Yeah.
but the ones who pick up the pieces and learn from that are the ones who are successful.
Years ago,
Pioneers, settlers thrive. That's right.
years ago there was a spreadsheet called VisiCalc. Does
Right.
anybody remember that? No. And then Lotus 123.
Oh yeah.
Anybody remember that?
Yeah.